Hey friends, Heidi McGurk, creator of Empowered Princess, where we claim our happily ever after. And today I was thinking about fear. And I was thinking about the fear of abandonment. Because in another video, I talked about trust and the fear of and why we don't trust men. Underneath that fear was the fear of abandonment. So if you want to see that, check out that video. However, this is what we're going to talk about today. The fear of abandonment and what it looks like in your life specifically. And so I'm going to do a little kind of walk you through how exactly this might look for you. And then in another video, we're going to talk about what to do about it now. So the fear of abandonment. Okay, here's the blanket fear on the top. So when I have a fear of abandonment, what do I do? How do I show up? How do I behave? And how do I act? Well, at first, I don't run or not engage with people when I feel abandonment, a fear of abandonment. I do the opposite and I put on a show. So, what does the show look like? The show looks like the show of perfectionism, meaning I've got to do everything right and everything perfect. So, I will take on more responsibility than I really feel I can handle. I'll pretend that I can handle it though. I'll put a smile on my face while I'm doing it and I'll never let you see me sweat. So I kind of look like a Stepford wife a little bit. I will not really share how I'm feeling. I will pretend that I'm okay when I'm not okay. That's a big, big, I know I keep saying that over and over in different ways, but that's really what we do. We will settle for things. And in the meantime, when we put on this show that everything is fine, everything's okay, we say yes when we know, we overcommit to things, we take on more than we can handle. Inside, the feeling of frustration starts to rise. Okay, we fear abandonment, so we want to be perfect so people don't go anywhere. But underneath of that is the resentment of the thing that we're doing. So then the feelings start: resentful, pissed, or angry, frustrated, anxious. Under the anxiety and under the resentment is a fear of actually being found out, because you know darn well this is a show and this isn't really, you wish you could just kind of let your hair down. You wish you could be vulnerable. You wish you could just be open, but instead you try to be perfect. And then you end up feeling depleted, empty, lonely because nobody really knows the real you. Isolated, frustrated, the list goes on and on and on. So when you start feeling those things, what do? How do you cope? Some of us sleep, some of us shop, some of us argue, some of us run, some of us drink, some of us do a multitude of behaviors to cope. And then we really feel terrible because we're definitely not being perfect now. And then the person leaves or we abandon ourselves. And now we have confirmation. See, everybody does leave. And then it starts us back all over again. No, that can't happen. I need to be more perfect. We get back on the perfection train, go back to the feelings, again with the self-destructive behavior, get back on the people leave, go back. I mean, this is a wheel, a cycle that will take you nowhere. It's like getting on a merry-go-round and expecting to have a destination. It's just not going to happen. So that's how fear of abandonment looks. I want to know from you, what behaviors do you engage in when you think that when you have that fear of abandonment? How does that show up for you? And then maybe you want to tell us, what self-destructive behaviors do you engage in? Let's start the conversation. Leave your comments. I can't wait to read them. And the next video or another video, I'm going to talk about what is the remedy for the fear of abandonment. What do you need to do in order to start to overcome that? Join me over at lovecoachheidi.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're interested in this. And if it resonates with you, I would love to help you in any way that I possibly can. Take good care, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.